You have the truth. Let's see what you do with it. What's up, guys? Hunter here, and here we are to do a breakdown and live reaction and review to chapter 236 of Blue Locker, which is known as Sayonara Shadow the Hedgehog. Sorry. It's just Sayonara. It's just Sayonara. No Shadow the Hedgehog here. I don't think the Blue Lock manga can legally mention that. But honestly, last chapter ended off with something looking spicy, so I'm not trying to waste any more time. Let's hop right into it. Editing me. Ready. 3, 2, 1, go. What's up, guys? Pencil here. Fun fact, I have it on me, and I keep it on me at all times. And another fun fact, this is Peak Lock, so not only do I just have it on me and keep it on me at all times. Oh yeah, we're pre-drawn, because Peak Lock is peak every single week. But let's see, last chapter left off in a very interesting spot, because like, are we ending the game? Are we not ending the game? The chapter's called Sayonara, so we could end the game on like a goodbye as a final goal, but I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. Because if we're opening up with Hiyori, as I see on this first page, it's very likely we're not ending the game this chapter, which is interesting. I'm like, this is where I'm wondering, like, what do we fill in the chapter with if we're not ending the game? Especially considering Isagi was in like the deepest flow ever. Bro was like, oh, I see it. Hiyori, you provided it to me. Like, dog, he was low-key losing it last chapter. So I'm very interested to see, like, what's left. What are we doing? I assume we're going to talk about Hiyori's character arc, though, now, right? Because realistically, this entire game has been for Hiyori. We spent the beginning pre-game setting up his backstory. We spent a majority of the game building to his introduction. We have him on the field. We have him failing. So presumably, we're going to see him do something with this failure. And considering last chapter ended off with him, you know, missing, I wonder where we're going to go. But let's see. Boom. Look at the combo. Look at the combo. Man, all the Sendo fans, bro. All three of y'all, I swear. Y'all must be geeking and cheesing after last chapter. I swear. I hope Isagi ricochets a shot off of Sendo's head or something. Like, please, dog. The fact that Sendo so screen time and it's being like, the thing is, I can't even be mad at it. Because he's not even doing bad. Like someone like Igaguri, I will consistently meme on. I don't care if he like if he gets a hat trick in PXG or something. You will never, I think it's literally impossible for me to actually like sit down and praise Igaguri. I think that ship has long since sailed. But like, Sendo? I'm low-key coming around it, bro, and I don't like that. My opinion is slowly being changed about that character. But let's see. Okay. Loose ball. Isagi? Ooh, you know what I like, though? Allow me to activate my Fieldagon. Obviously, you got Sendo laid out. He just blocked the ball. The goalie diving for it. You got Ryu right here with Kunigami. So, unfortunately, it seems like it's a ball that's high in the air. We saw Kunigami fail to do anything against Ryu before. He'd likely fail again. We see the seemingly apex of the ball, the arc, before it's about to start coming back down again, is right above Lorenzo and Kaiser. You see Lorenzo still facing the goal. He's in the middle of a turn. Kaiser's already turned fully around. I wonder if he's planning to, like, trap it. If he's going to, like, trap it, try to kick it around and send it, or if he's going to do another backflip. Like, he could just do another backflip, which sounds crazy, but he could do it. We know Kaiser's done crazier before. So, especially while the goalie and the defenders are in such a unprimed spot and Lorenzo is giving him all of 3 seconds to breathe, it's entirely possible. But I think Aiku's going to shut it all down, because it's going to be Aiku versus Lorenzo again. Because if the ball is at its peak right here and it's about to start falling down with its arc, if assumedly this is the ball's arc, follow the line here, it would go right to Aiku, who's likely going to clear it or something like that. I don't think Kaiser's going to be able to do it, because we saw Aiku was enough to hold down Kaiser, and obviously Lorenzo's right here. But where's Isagi? You think he would be here? I have no idea where he is. Maybe he's just like right off screen, probably. Let's see. I guess I wasn't a person who was born to play football. I mean, you missed once, bro, but like, I don't know. I wouldn't chalk it up to that. Like, I don't know if you live life by that. Then again, I guess he's been doing this for years. This is different. Like, if I live life by the metric, oh no, this video didn't do well. I guess I wasn't a person who was born to do YouTube. I wouldn't be here, legitimately. So like, I get why Hiyori's so locked in though, because that was like the whole last chapter was Hiyori's major gamble, right? Like that was him laying everything on the line. Years of training, years of dedication, years of hope, years of desire. That was literally him laying everything down, and the world essentially looked at him dead in the face and was like, no. It just launched him right out of there with Sendo of all characters, which has to be super disrespectful to him. It probably isn't. I know. In universe, I'm not sure how well respected Sendo is. Like, his team made fun of him. That was mainly Haiku. But he was like the ace of the U20 for Japan. So he's probably loved worldwide in Japan. Or not worldwide in Japan. He's probably loved by Japan. But I don't know. I just find Sendo. I found him so clown-worthy, but bro may just be him. But let's see. Seeing his shot blocked by Sendo, Hiyori's ego shatters. It's even the narrative specifically mentions by Sendo. Listen, not by Ubers, by Sendo. You did not get stopped by Aiku or Lorenzo. You got stopped by Sendo. Someone who got a foot cramp, needed to be taken out of the game and came back for the Masters, and now he's currently shutting you down. Hiyori, realize you got stopped by Sendo. Me personally, I wouldn't let that slide. Sendo would thrash me in a 1v1 in soccer. He'd probably beat me in a fist fight too. Like, I'm not even let me not even play it. All these blue lockers are like peak physical condition. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm nowhere near their level of condition, power. The only thing I may have over them is like weight, and that's because I'm overweight. Like, these guys are in peak physical form. Let's see. Hiyori's ego shatters, believing he isn't a player born to play football. Hiyori sinks into darkness. Into the darkness. Ansem, is that you? Seeker of Darkness? No. Let's see. However, Hiyori's shot makes Isagi feel he has found the answer to scoring the winning goal. Will Isagi's ray of hope save Hiyori? Ah, okay, yeah. Game's not ending this chapter. Well, backing it up. Game's not ending this chapter. I can feel it in my bones. Game's not ending this chapter. Because if we're talking about Isagi saving Hiyori, game can't end. Job finished? Job's not finished. Got to quote Kobe on that one. Job's not finished. We got to save Hiyori, bro. We need him relevant. We ain't just going to... Because if Isagi scores now, Hiyori's just going to give up. There's no doubt about it. Say the insane... Like, I saw that me and a bunch of other people came with the idea of, like, just based on the positioning and how the ball was reflected off Isagi's eye, and the fact that he was in flow, and the fact that he was looking like, oh, sweet mother of mercy, I can feel it in my bones. A lot of people are thinking, oh, he's about to, like, backflip, direct shot bicycle kick in a similar vein to Shido and Kaiser. But if he loses, like, the thing is, even if he wins this game, he needs Hiyori for PXG. He needs literally all the help he can get for PXG. Because don't get me wrong, Uber's is an extremely powerful team, especially defensively. RU plus Nico, plus Aiku, plus Lorenzo, plus, I guess, Sendo, and plus a relatively decent goalie. Dog. It's rough. It's rough against Ubers. But this is not the final boss. PXG is by far the final boss. Rin alone is almost as much of a threat as 3 of the best defenders. Rin alone. Then you're going to add Shido, and Tokimitsu, and Zantetsu, and like you're going to add how much? Even Anase, who knows how Isagi play. Like, dog, what? You're going to add all that? Plus Loki? Plus who knows? I believe a lot of people are theorizing, I think his name is Chappie, is like a new Gen World 11 player. Another new Gen World 11? Heaven forbid he's another midfielder? And he can facilitate all these crazy strikers, specifically Rin and Shido, at the same time, letting them while out like dog. He's always going to need all the help he can get, so he cannot let Hiyori fall into despair. He's going to have to, like, give him a pep talk or something. But let's see. Oh, look at the eyes. They glistening. Ah, what did I say, though? Look at that. See, I can read. I'm somewhat literate. That's interesting though. All right, so look at this. The ball comes over in the arc. Aiku's right here. Kaiser's right here. Though somehow their scenarios reversed. Like you would think, like unless what ended up happening was like, say Kaiser, because these two are running this way. The ball's coming down from here. So you would think that Aiku would be able to trap the ball on his chest, and then Kaiser would be coming at front. But suddenly Kaiser's behind him? I'm not sure. I think that may be a mistake. Unless, like, Aiku, seeing where the ball was going, seeing it was going to fall towards Kaiser, burst forward and around behind Kaiser in order to lock off the backflip. You know, I'll chalk it up to that instead of it being a mistake. He probably went to lock off the backflip since he knows that Kaiser could probably score from that angle. And thusly, he dove in there specifically to stop the ball off his chest. I'm going to give all credit to Nomura Sensei because, like, dog, look, I'm sorry, I got a glaze. It's a natural. I'm reading Peak Lock. It's Peak every week. But let's see. I suffered so much, experienced so much frustration. I tried so hard to believe that playing football was my purpose. But that shot told me I wasn't worthy. But I'm okay with it. After I go home, I'll tell my folks. Bro's giving up. He really is in the depths of his spirit. He said, forget it. Let him split. Yo, that's crazy. He really said, forget it. I'm done. I'm not playing these games anymore. Quite literally, I'm not playing these games anymore. I'm telling him I'm done. I'm gonna set up. He's ready to go down the Baro path. That darkest timeline for Baro, where he was sitting in his own solo apartment, knocking one back, watching Isagi run the world. He's willing to do that. Darn, and that's just after he was so happy to be the producer. That's crazy. But once again, I guess it is like. I cannot even begin to compare my childhood nor experience to Hiyori's. Hiyori is in a very specific situation that I know has happened to people. I know it's a realistic thing that has happened and will happen and will probably happen forever. Like, I get that. So I cannot compare my own experience, but I can imagine if your entire life was predicated on this one thing, the stability of your life as you knew it was predicated on this one thing, and you failed at doing that, shoot, 16 years of life wasted. Might as well just drop it all. Like, I don't even blame him, especially since he gambled everything. If he had scored, he'd be down, but since he didn't, he's just done. Because there's just no reason to keep moving forward. That's crazy, but it's sad that I see the method. I see the methodology. I understand why. It's wild. I don't know. It's weird. But let's see. I'll tell my folks. I'm done with football. He just stopped. Bro really went midfield. Mid-game. Bro really said, he's not running. He's not even diving into it. No, bro went, I'm done. I'm trash. I'm garbage. I'm not like that. Well, deuces, everybody. I'm done with football. That's crazy. That's crazy. Once again, I cannot blame bro. Cannot blame him at all. But like, dog, he really just stopped dead in motion. They're now playing 11 to 10. This is similar to the Kuon situation where if one, here's the thing, it's not like actively, like Kuon was working with the other team. That was 12 to 10. But even still, just one person not playing is really, really big in soccer. So Hiyori just standing there and giving up is crazy. I'm done with football. Yo! Okay, well, let's read the field. Okay, so Raichi's got this random. I have no idea who this guy is. I unfortunately cannot recognize Blue Lock players by their glutes yet, so I don't know who this is either, but they're an Ubers player. You can tell by the jersey. I gave it my all. I can move on with no regrets. Thank you. Darn. Well, I guess he got what he wanted ultimately. He's happy, he's free, he's liberated. It's not like he himself admitted numerous times in the past he didn't actually want to play soccer. So I guess the end of Hiyori is just that. Like he's now able to be happy in ways he could have never been happy before. Which is why it's just so wild to think about. Like he's just giving it all up. He's just done in this moment. I guess so. All right. Because this is on live TV. Everyone's watching. You know his parents are watching. They probably got the notification. Oh, new BM player Hyorio enters the field. Hyori? Oh Lord, it's my baby boy. It's my future pet project that I'll make become number one since I could ever become number one. Let's watch him. And now he knows his parents just saw him fumble. Not just his parents. Probably thousands, if not millions of people watched him fumble. He gambled everything on it. He entered pseudo flow. He gave it his all, years upon years of training. He failed on the biggest stage possible. This isn't second selection. This isn't first selection. This isn't even third selection. It isn't even the U20 game. This is ironically maybe bigger than all of that. And he fumbled. Yeah. Why not? Why not give up? I don't even blame him. Game of Naga's hustle. It's been fun, Hiyori. I can finally say goodbye. Look at the relief. Look at the relief on his face. He is genuinely happy. I guess so, right? Because football's been a shackle. We see the little weak ego he had represented in his chain and the tiny ball break off. But I suppose even still, the shackles around his heart were just like so deeply etched in. So now he's finally getting with it all. He can say goodbye. But unfortunately, I can see him. It's too late. It's too late. Even with how zoomed in I am on this panel, I can see him. It looks like someone's not letting that slide. Let's see it. Look at bro. He is actually in flow right now. He is gone. That is the sauce. He is lost in it right now. Hiyori! One more! He's just down. Isagi, you know what? I've known Isagi's. Admittedly, they've nigh on gone insane. But then again, they've had some of the craziest moments. Like I very specifically remember, it wasn't in soccer, it was in volleyball. Way back when, in high school. And we were getting thrashed by the enemy team. Admittedly, the enemy team was like a grade above us, and they were like insane in the membrane. And we were like all the best players of our specific class, and we were still getting thrashed on. And you could feel the despair starting to build up. And bro was like, nah, set it up. You better give it to me, and I'm spiking on him. We lost the game. See, I wish I could say my life was more like a manga, and like I had moments where like someone rallied up, got all the juice, energized everybody, and we were like, raw, and we won. No, we lost the game that day. But it's good to have Isagi's in life. It's good to have people who are like, nah, bro. It doesn't matter if you were trash just then. You can be treasured the very next minute. One man's trash, another man's treasure. You know how the phrase goes? So I like that Isagi is on that kind of mentality where like, I don't care that you fumbled. You will not fumble again. Or my name is not Isagi Yoichi. And I love how he's about it. And you can even see the passion, right? Because Hiyori, for all intents and purposes, betrayed him, right? Like, Hiyori, by taking that shot, and not doing something, syncing with Isagi, anything like that. In 235, he just straight betrayed Isagi. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Isagi was betrayed. But even still, with Hiyori giving him that piece, with Hiyori showing his own ego, with Hiyori allowing him to discover the goal-winning piece, there's no animosity. He doesn't even critique him for taking that shot and whiffing and literally giving Ubers the ball back. That's essentially what he did. Like, that fumble straight to Aiku, and they immediately started their counterattack. Look at them. They're already moving. But for Isagi Yoichi, there's no hatred. There's no malice here. There's just faith and determination in Hiyori, which is something I'm assuming he's just never gotten. Like, can I think of a scenario even close? I can't. Once again, thankfully enough, I lived a very healthy and good life. So I can't think of a scenario similar. But I imagine this is something that Hiyori's never experienced, right? Like, the feeling of failing and not being abandoned for it. Not being critiqued for it. Making a mistake. Betraying the expectations and ideas that someone laid on you. And not being immediately pressed with guilt or worry or fear. Rather, simply met with more encouragement, more demand, more expectations. Reinforcement of those expectations that comes from the faith that the person has in you, even after you failed. Even after you messed up. It's gotta tickle a little part of the soul. I know Hiyori's feeling some type of way about that. But let's see. One more! Isagi Yoichi. I'll admit, I do want to if I could go back and take back one of my critiques of MHA, it's the constant name dropping thing. Though, admittedly, I do think it's a little bit more prevalent in MHA because, like, a lot of the characters are just nobodies. But now that I think about it, Blue Lock does it all the time. Like, every single, like, you're telling me, who doesn't know who Isagi Uechi is? You are 236 chapters deep into a manga called Blue Lock. Who does not know who Isagi Uechi is? Like, dog. But it works out. One more time. Huh? Isagi-kun. Go, Ubers! Initiate counterattack design! Which one? You got like 50. That's the thing I give Ubers in particular credit for, and Snuffy as well. For them having like numerous plans, they are very good at organizing them. Like mentally. Like, I don't know. Like, I always bring it back to like fighters or Smash or something. Sorry, those are the games I play. But I know optimal combos. I know routes. I even know situation-specific things. Smash is the more specific example. With fighters, you gotta just hit your opponent when you hit your opponent, and then you try to do as much damage as possible. You can mix them up, they can stop blocking randomly, they can mash, whatever. But in Smash specifically, there are combos and stuff like that that stop working at certain percents. Like, recently I've been spamming a whole bunch of Sephiroth. I don't know why, I just find him fun. And there's like a very specific point where his combo, his down throw into forward air works. Super specific, on super specific characters. I forget it all the time. I know it'll work at this percent and this percent. If I do have wing, it'll work most of the time, but if I don't have wing, it'll rarely ever work. But still, my muscle memory, just based on so many other sword fighters, is down throw, forward air. It works almost every time. Mainly because, like, no offense to the Fire Emblem characters. I hate to perpetuate this stereotype, but like Marth, Lucina, Roy, Karam, like, they kind of all play the same. But with that being the case, Sephiroth stands out as one that has a down throw in the forward air that's different from the rest of them. And thusly, me having all that data in my head, I cannot always remember, oh, this will work here at this percent. It's why I give credit to a bunch of high-level Smash players, a bunch of high-level sports people in general, but I see it here in Blue Lock, very specifically with Ubers. They have, like, numerous counter-attack strategies, numerous strategic designs built in, and they have them all memorized, and they're able to execute them nigh on perfectly. That is super-duper impressive, just on a brain power level. These guys are already taxing themselves to the next level physically. You can see how Sendo's dripping, you can see how Raichi, the Infinite Stamina Man, is dripping, Aiku, Nico, all these guys, they are pouring sweat. There's likely sweat getting in their eyes. I know that's happened to me a lot. Whenever I over sweat, when I sweat, like the sweat will literally start burning and stinging my eyes because of how much I'm dripping straight salty liquid. But they're keeping up. They're able to lock in super specifically and very, very well, which is amazing to me. That's the next level stuff right there. Let's see. Son of a... We're stopping him here, BM. Okay, Raichi. Are you sure about that? Raichi, are you sure about that? Are you sure you can be able to stop him? You and what army? Kaiser and Isagi? Or you gotta cook or something, because I don't know. He says, we're stopping him here, BM. Are you? Are you really? But let's see. Aiku charging it. Darn, that's crazy. With how fast, like, Kaiser has a really high speed stat. Like, I forget, I think he's like third fastest outside of Loki, right? And like the Masters. Like, other people we've gotten stats for, I think he's only beneath like Chigiri and Corona. So it's very impressive that Aiku's like outpacing him here at all. Super impressive for him. Let's see. Isagi-kun still believes in me? Why? Instead of passing to him, I decided to shoot. I betrayed him. It's true. Like, and obviously, like, dude, you're on a soccer field. You're on the world stage. The whole point of the Neo Egoist League is to get yourself a role on the world stage, which is the U20 World Cup. Obviously, a little bit of selfishness here and there. It's expected. It's almost, dare I say, it's necessary within an environment that's supposed to be as competitive as Blue Lock is. But still, it's true in the sense that Hiyori essentially pledged his loyalty to Isagi. Isagi is the reason Hiyori's even on the field in the first place. So, like, obviously, the idea of Isagi just being like, yeah, whatever. Let's keep going. Let's keep moving. Let's keep it pushing, dog. After this explicit betrayal, despite all Isagi has done for him, It's a little. It probably would seem rough in the perspective of Hiyori, someone who sacrificed it all for betrayal of a man who sacrificed it all for him. Remember, if Isagi and Hiyori fail this game, say Uber scores right here, right now, Bar comes out the clutch and just flicks it in, taps it in. Guess what? Isagi, Hiyori, and considering Kaiser had another interfering play, all three of them are benched next chapter. So, it could get a little bit rough because of this betrayal. So I understand why Hiyori's putting so much weight on it. I definitely get that. But let's see. Why is he still believing in me? Don't look! Don't even think! It says every Fighters player ever. Don't block! Just hit the square button. If you're playing Kingdom Hearts, hit the X button. It doesn't matter. Don't think. Sometimes it actually works. But let's see. Grim, pass by. What's that guy's name? Hold on, what is that guy's name? I'm grabbing the Google. 1 second. My apologies, someone else was using the Googler, so I had to step out and look it up. And I couldn't find it. I legit couldn't find it. So I have no idea what that guy's name is. But he's just booking it. Bro is booking it down the field. Grim, if you don't turn your behind around and get to work, let's see. Don't even think. Huh? Go crazy, Hiyori. Surpass our wildest imaginations. Instinctively. Reflexively. That's interesting. That's interesting. That's an interesting way to put it. And you know what? Actually, that kind of makes sense as the next step for Isagi and Hiyori as Metavision users. The thing with Metavision, right, is that you're relying so much on your brain's internal capacity to consume, process, and manipulate data that you are thinking a lot. You are thinking a lot. Like a lot. To the point where it does legitimately tire out the brain. But with that being the case, even though we've seen Metavision users enter flow, I think that's the main reason we see Kaiser toggle it on and off. To where if he thinks too much, his body will slow down. He won't be able to kick as hard. He won't be able to move as hard. But with thinking reflexively, using all the data, peering into the future, and then just putting your body, like, hey, autopilot mode on, and just letting your body move on its own, that's a good way to get the best of both worlds. That's presumably what Kaiser does. Because we've seen him draw with Metavision. We've seen him use it explicitly. But we've never seen him use it while scoring, I don't believe. We only see him use Predator Eye when scoring. So Isagi talking about thinking reflexively, giving away your capacity for thought, and simply moving and evolving by what feels right to your body. It's true. And I feel like everyone's had those moments before where, like, thought did not stop anything that happened to you. If you were ever about to get hit and you weren't thinking, oh no, I'm about to get hit. Do I dodge to the left, to the right, up, down, left, right? Maybe a cheat code? No, you moved before you thought instead of thinking before you moved. And thusly, that's an interesting path to take these characters down. Let's see. Uh-oh, Hiyori? Are you still sunk into the darkness, Hiyori? Let me know. Do I need to call Ansem? Does Kingdom Hearts exist in their universe? Maybe. I think Shonen Jump does. But I may be conflating universes. I don't know. Well, let's see. Nico? Oh, jeez, Ness, bro. Ness, what happened to you, dog? You were one of the best players in Blue Lock, and now you're just getting clowned on by Nico? Nico! No, don't get me wrong. I get it. Nico's a very powerful player now. He literally has Metavision, but dog, not by Nico. I love it when Nico says it's Nico-ing time, and he Nico'd all over Ness. Dog, I don't know. It's still so great. Like, don't get me wrong. I get it. I get the power creep. But, like, that is crazy. Ness is a nigh on full-grown man, if not a full-grown man. Like, look at this. Nico straight palming his chest. Like, Don't move. I got this. And kicking the ball away. That's a wild. But let's see. Huh? Reflex. Thinking reflexively? The same advice I once gave to Isagi-kun? But why now? Look at the yo, once again, Uber is just crazy clean with it, dog. Look at this. Look at the facilitation. So we see Aiku's got the ball. Nico's right here with Ness. Aiku's got the ball. I want to say Mensa. Mensa's here. But Mensa gets entirely ignored in this next sequence. Because you see Aiku pass the ball to Nico. Nico one-taps passing it away. Over to Drago. Drago immediately sends it to Lorenzo. Once again, those quick one-tap passes, keeping the motion quick, keeping the motion fluid, so that the defenders and the people who are marking them cannot do much. Lorenzo's obviously a beast in the one-on-one. This poor... I think this is Mensa, actually. I forget. But this poor random guy absolutely stands no chance stopping Lorenzo. But the movement is crazy. These one-tap passes are so buttery. Let's see. What does he mean? I don't get it. I don't get it, but why? Why every single time? Every single time I want to meet Isagi-kun's expectations of me. Well, once again, he's feeling those I don't know. I can compare something similar to this. But admittedly, expectations from other people, I mean, they matter to me a whole lot. Like, I know some people have expectations for me, and I try to meet those. But for me, it always feels good when I meet my own expectations. Like, I expect upload every single day, make content, have a good time, do all that, do this, do that, do that, do that, do that. And I have other separate expectations for my own, like, personal journeys, like weight loss and stuff like that. Like, I have things that are built into the mental. But those expectations that you meet of your own free will, those expectations, those bounds you set for yourself of your own free will, and you stick to those, the amount of gratification that comes from that is fantastic, at least in my opinion. But I also know that feeling that Hiyori has. The expectations from his parents are like, they were forced upon him. He didn't choose those expectations. He didn't choose to follow them. He's following them out of necessity. But Isagi's expectations, someone that Hiyori is a friend with, someone that Hiyori has connected with, someone that Hiyori built a bond with, someone who drives Hiyori, brings passion to it. Those expectations being met, they bring fever, they bring heat, they bring passion to Hiyori, which expectations that were forced upon him never could. And I still can't think of how. I don't know. I guess people don't put that many expectations on me. Yeah, I don't really have any specific correlation. I can understand why Hiyori's so shocked. Because once again, once you have chains set on you, these expectations that have held you down for your entire life, your whole being's been built around these expectations. And then you have the flip side, where you have a person who couldn't care less about those old expectations, is giving you new ones that you yourself want to meet. I gotta imagine it's so gratifying, but at the same time so confusing. You've lived a life literally the opposite of this the entire time, and now you're being told, no, opposite day. And then you just got an opposite day it. I can't imagine how crazy that must feel. Remember, yo, number one. Always aim for number one. Amazing. That's our Yo-chan. If Yo can't become the best player in the world, then I want a divorce. Every single one of my parents' expectations were always focused on my physical specs, my human side. But Isagi's are different. Isagi-kun's expectations aren't focused on the human side, the things that can change through actions. His expectations are super goal-oriented, especially goals that have the power to change his destiny. I see it. It's always been inside of me. The possibilities are never ending. I see it. It's always been inside of me. The possibilities are never ending. But that's interesting. I get it. I get the difference. Hard line, set yet vague, become number one in the world. What does that actually mean? I mean, Noel Noah is the number one striker. Yeah. But like, even he admits, oh yeah, I'm the number one striker. Not the best player, that's Snuffy. And I bet if you were to ask Snuffy, oh yeah, I'm probably the number one player overall, but not the best defender. And then if you were to ask Kaiser, yeah, I have the best shot in the world, but it doesn't mean I'm the best striker. Like, the vagueness of it is what Hiyori's expectations, the expectations from his parents were likely so heavily based on. And that's why it seems so impossible to reach, because it's such a lofty thing. Like, saying, I'm going to become the strongest person in the world. There's so much vagueness between wherever you are right now. Say, because I know all the people in my comments are chat, say you're right now 240 lean, straight muscle, benching 450. There's still like way stronger people in the world. Like, what's Eddie Hall's record? Like, doesn't he? I forget. What's the bench press record? Hold on. I'll be right back. I want to say that now. Oh, wait. Never mind. The Googler is now close in range. Let me see. You know, not. We're not. I'm not going to go too far in this metaphor. Forget. Strongest person in the world. I think it's Eddie Hall, one of the strongmen. I forget who exactly the strongest person in the world is. But I think he benches upwards of like 1,000. Like, I think 1,000 is it? That may be deadlift. I may be confusing those two. Once again, I don't actually pay too much attention to weightlifting. I just find the feats of superhuman strength extremely impressive. But the gap between Eddie Hall, or whoever the strongest person is, and you, wherever you are, wherever you're wanting to make that statement, or someone else made that statement for you, you're going to become the strongest. It's so vague. It's so inspecific, and there's a bunch of space to cross. Okay, Hiyori, you're going to go from 16-year-old boy to better than Noel Noah. Figure it out. That's the vagueness that comes with it. Meanwhile, Isagi doesn't just have expectations that are based on Hiyori's physical abilities, but he has expectations that are specific. I don't want you to score every goal for me or produce every goal for me. I want you to produce me a goal from one of your passes in this game at this point right here in time. It's incremental. And that's why a big thing that I recommend for anybody, it's helped me a lot. Break everything down into minor goals, little things, step-by-step things. Instead of saying, I'm going to do X thing, say, I'm going to do A thing, then B thing, then C thing, then D thing, then E thing, then just break it down a whole bunch. It'll make life so much simpler. If you break everything down into a step-by-step process, rather than just being like, nebulous goal, go! You will find yourself way more organized and way easier. You'll find it way easier to complete certain objectives in ways that you may find shocking. Like for me, consistently like going hard in the paint and doing things with even just content creation. I've streamlined the process a whole bunch. I now know, okay, I do this, then I do that, then I do this, then I do that. When I first started, the reason there were so many gaps between my videos, the reason I had whole disappearing arcs was admittedly some stuff in real life where I just couldn't control it. But in my early days, it was literally just because I didn't really have a process or a formula. I was like, I want video to be done. And then I would sit down, maybe like poke away at a script and then be like, let me hop to this thing. Let me hop to this thing. Let me maybe think of a thumbnail idea. But now I have a process. I know how to do it. And now it's so much easier for me to do it. And that's how I'm able to keep up production the way I am. And I'm still able to have a good time while keeping up the production because I've broken it down into concrete ideological steps and physical steps that are easier to complete and that provide a clear vision to the future of a completed YouTube video. That's what Isagi has here. He gave Hiyori not a general, specific, vague idea that may have a specific end in Noel Noah, but the path there is unclear. He's given Hiyori a specific task to complete. And this works extra well for Hiyori because Hiyori's a gamer. He's a gamer guy. And I don't know about you gamers, but one of my favorite things is just completing an objective. At the time I'm recording, it's the 8th. Y'all, you know what I'm trying to do. I got 12 days on it. When Spider-Man 2 comes out, we live. I'm prepping the big old screen that we are going to be live. I'm going to live stream that a whole game. I'm probably going to never look at the chat, though, because I don't want spoilers. But one of my favorite things to do in that game is going to be completing them objectives. That clear path to the goal, I love it. Love it. Gets me itching and scratching. And Hiyori, as a fellow gamer, probably has that exact same feeling. Those specific goal-oriented tasks, makes the brain go tick-tock, tick-tock. And thusly, Isagi's making Hiyori's brain go tick-tock, tick-tock, making him understand it better, which is nice. Ever since I arrived at Blue Lock, Isagi could have been said, wait a minute. Darn. Lorenzo, don't get power crept already, bro. Don't get devoured. Don't get munched on. Lorenzo, you demon. What's happening, bro? You're having Isagi Yoichi come out and stop you? You're getting caught off guard by him? Don't be doing this, Lorenzo. Don't get flutterized now. Don't you get flutterized, little fella. But it's Lorenzo. He's probably going to figure it out. He's probably just off guard because, like, where did you come from? Let's see. But then again, that's Isagi's whole thing, coming from the Shadow Realm. Isagi-kun has been searching for comrades who can help him achieve that reality. And you know, that's interesting, because Isagi's goal is also kind of vague, despite having that specific endpoint. Like, he wants to become the best player in the world, the world's #1 striker, but, like, how's he going to do that? I guess just training and experience, but that is so vague. That is so nebulous. So, I think that's why he takes it one goal at a time. Okay, good. This stick bug built man. I'm glad he didn't lose to Isagi here. That's crazy though. Like, look at the motion. Isagi went in for the tackle, and Lorenzo was like, no, just leaped and kicked it away. Not so fast, King. Oh, Yukimaya. That's why everyone gets sawn. I can read, I swear. Everyone gets drawn to Isagi Yoichi's ego, and to not get devoured by him. We'll trap a mudboat. Dog, Raichi, watch it home, bro. You just got on the field this game. Chill out, bro. Chill out. You can't be calling him a mudboat. Isagi, I'll let Isagi slide that one. But Raichi, watch your tone, buckaroo. Watch your tone. As much as I clown on Yukimaya, no matter how many blind jokes I make, does not mean you're suddenly him, young man. You better learn to respect. Is he older? I don't know who's older between the two. Respect your better. If not your elder, respect your better, dog. You may be extremely important to this match, but that does not mean you can call him a mudboat. Chill out. Let's see. Ooh, but they're double teaming Baro? That's crazy. Yo, but once again, I do like that. It goes to show how dominant Baro still is. He's literally being double teamed right now. Like, they know that he's so much of a threat that they're taking Yukimaya, who was once number 5 in Blue Lock, and Raichi, an indomitable stamina wall that was able to wall off and shut down Reo, one of the best players in the early series. And still, I'd say Reo is a top 10 Blue Locker now, even still, despite his shift in ideology. Trust me, as much as I don't like it for his character, he's still a monster. They're double teaming Baro. Baro's just that much of a dominant threat. Like, look at the veinage on him, bro. Look at the veins. He got veins popping out the wrist, popping out the bicep, popping out the forearm. Bro is crazy. He got veins popping out the thigh. Bro is a beast. Like, Baro is a monster. Don't get me wrong. I've been rough on Baro, and I still don't find him. I still don't think he's in my top 5 favorite characters because I just don't like his attitude. It's just, sorry, that's not how I operate. I still gotta put just sheer respect on his name. Bro's a beast, a physical tank, a monster. Stop getting in my way, you good-for-nothing scrubs. Like, look at this. Admittedly, Raichi and Yukimura are not like full-grown men, but he literally grabbed the both of them by their jerseys and, like, darn near lat spread. Like, bro pushed them apart. Two likely 150-plus pound men. Nah, they're like teenage. I think they're all like above 6 foot. So, like, or if not above 6 foot, near 6 foot. So, like, probably if they're prime of their life, average weight of a human male that's around 6 foot is like 170, 180. And these guys are like in physical prime. Like, look at the muscles popping out of Raichi too. Probably smooth like 2 180s. He just moved by sheer force of will in his arm strength, and he still went for the shot. That's wild. But this doesn't have the dramatic flair. This obviously is good. What is that? What? Ain't no way. My eyes must be deceiving me. My eyes must be deceiving me. Who is that? Who is that? I'm not seeing Kunigami playing defense. I know I'm not. I know I'm not seeing Kunigami Ryunosuke, the dark horse, the wild card of blue. I know I'm not seeing him playing defense. I know it can't be true. My eyes must be deceiving me. I thought I was only illiterate, but clearly I cannot do pictures either. Dog, I need audiobooks. That's the only way I can do this, because that's not Kunigami, dog. but it is. Because only Kunigami would say, call him a gorilla. What? That's crazy. Look at Baro inspiring everybody. He's like, if a king can play defense, you can too. Darn. Kunigami really came out the cut. That's wild. Right back at you, you red-headed gorilla. What? Does Baro really count as a redhead, though? It's 3 streaks. Like, if I got 3 blonde streaks, admittedly in my much smaller amount of hair. Like, if I got a blonde streak here, here, and here, would you guys suddenly call me a blonde? Would you call me that guy with a blonde or whatever? That guy with a blonde hairdo or anything? I don't know. I would call Baro a redhead, but I guess it is striking. Let's see what I did. But let's see. Right back at you, you gorilla. And he blocked it with his leg, too. Kagamaru didn't even need to move. That's wild. What the? Nice, Kunigami! And look at he's willing to take all the help he can get right now. He does not care. Shut up! It's not like I did it for you. He's like, oh, look at him being all tsundere. Oh, look at Kunigami. Look at Kunigami being all blushing. He's like, oh, I didn't do it for you. I didn't do it for you. I did it for me. Oh, look at Kunigami. He's coming back. Kunigami fans, it'll happen in PXG. Don't worry. I know it's rough for y'all. I know it's definitely rough for the Kunigami fans. But he got that first goal in against Barcha. He got that second goal against Manshine. He's been on ice pretty much for this entire game, but that's specifically built up for PXG. You know the rematch against Shido. You know the quad is coming up. We're gonna get Kunigami. Well, we're probably gonna get more. We're probably gonna get a 5-man of Kunigami, Yuki Maya, Isagi, Hiyori, and Corona. You know it's about to go crazy. Maybe all 3 of them will get a goal each just to complete all their arcs. You know it's gonna go absolutely bonkers. But then again, Kaiser needs a goal. He needs to get a goal next game. I'd assume on somebody. But let's say, boom. Gosh darn it! Get the loose ball. Go get it yourself, dog. If you're willing to play defense, you can go get a loose ball. Let's see. What the heck? Just when I thought I could move on. Just when I thought I could finally go home and play video games. Me, when the boss calls me in for an extra shift. Can you stay a little while longer? That's what it did like. I thought I could finally go home and play video games. That was me way back when Spider-Man for the PS4 first came out. I was like, I need nothing but this game. I kept getting called in for like extra shifts at work. And like, I couldn't turn down more bread. So I was like, fine, I'll go do it. That's why it took me like forever to beat that game at first. I somehow magically avoided spoilers though. That was mainly because like I like deleted all social media at that time. Crazy thing that game's like 5 years old now. Spider-Man 2018. Time is flying. But ooh, look at Kagamaru coming in. How did he even do that? Bro must have ran. Like, look, he's behind Kunigami here. Kunigami's in front of the line here. He's in front of the inner goal box. Ball goes. Oh well, I guess it ricocheted. Oh, that makes sense. It ricocheted off. I don't have shoes on. Don't get weird. All right. It ricocheted off of this. So thusly the ball, which likely had a straight rolling impact, bounced and went behind. So that makes sense. That makes sense on how Kagamaru could have interacted with it. So ball goes up. Yo, they were desperate for. Yo, where did they even come from? That makes sense. They were charging down the field too. Shout out to Sendo for getting here though. He was, look at the beginning of the chapter. Bro was tanked on the ground. He was gone on the ground at the start of the chapter, and he made it all the way over. So he's standing by Aiku. That's crazy. Sendo's low-key becoming a high tier, bro. Why? It's so crazy. Why is Sendo so cracked right now, bro? Let's see. Hop! Bro's so indifferent. Nice, Kagamaru! Kagamaru's so locked in, bro. And Kagamaru's hands must be gigantic, bro. Like, I have relatively big hands, especially for a guy who's like 3'2". But with that being the case, like I cannot, like he's basically holding the soccer ball like one would hold like not a baseball, but like what's a ball that's like have you ever held? Not a I wouldn't even say a volleyball. Like his hands just must be huge. Like for reference, a soccer ball would probably like make me do this, but Kagamaru's holding it like this. Like he has good solid grip on. His fingers are held on like that. His hands are gigantic. We've literally seen him like one hand palm soccer balls too. And these should be like full-size balls. I'm talking about Blue Lock. I'm not putting pause on anything. They should be full-size, fully round, fully rotund. So thus, the fact that he's able to just palm him like that, Kagamaru's hands are gigantic. He's a big boy. Let's see. To quit football. Finish them off already, egoist. Even Kagamaru wants the game to end, bro. He's like, I'm sick and tired of Hiyori's character arc. Move on to the next one. Let's see. I already knew it. The fact that Blue Lock is twisted. No, it's impossible. Once again, Kagamaru with the cannon for an arm, bro. He launched that bad boy. It's impossible. That pass won't cut it. Seriously, that kind of pass won't lead to a goal. He's breaking down. He's getting possessed by that ego, that fever, that mania, the heat. He's getting obsessed with it. I love it. Let's see. Won't lead to a goal. This will be my last attack. Just one last time. I'll share that crazy twisted ego of yours. The path to victory runs through Hiyori. If this is your last attack, go all in and sync up with your partner's ego. Egoist. What? Oh, see, I was about to. Hold on. Let me grab it. I already pre-drew. I'm gonna draw again. Admittedly, I was about to complain about the drawing out of this. I've seen a lot of complaints about that. A lot of people are really not rocking with Hiyori's character arc. But honestly, with this breakdown, with this review, with this live reaction, despite the game not ending, despite it seeming like the perfect setup for a crazy bicycle kick finisher or whatever, I do like this. I do like that Hiyori, he fell. He gave up. He 100% quit. You can tell by the earlier looks in the chapter, he 100% quit and he looked happy to do it. The one panel in particular I'm looking for, this right here, that is the face of a defeated man. A defeated man, but a man who's happy he was defeated. Happy that he got it off his chest. Happy that he can finally be done with it. But he realizes the difference, finally. Because last chapter was all about him determining, wait, how do I do this? Do I pass? Do I shoot? What do I live for? And he gave into the old ego. He gave into the shackle that he thought he broke off. He gave up in the sense of working with Isagi, and he took his own shot for his own reasons. And once he found out it failed, he gave up. But Isagi, once again, proving how vital the character is. No matter how many times it seems like he's a jobber, no matter how many times he fails, Isagi is so important because just with his faith, just with his different type of expectations, just with his more goal-oriented faith, Hiyori was able to dive into a reality that he never thought he would have dove into before. The freedom and understanding of something that's much more simple yet just as powerful as the grander goal. It's okay to not be number one. It's okay to support the man who believes he can. And that's what Hiyori's willing to do here. And this resolution for the character has me super duper excited to see him go up against Karasu with this new style, this new belief, this new mentality. He finally has a reason to play that's not for others that don't really love him. He doesn't want to play for his parents anymore. He's playing for Isagi, the man who brought him back from the brink. I think that's beautiful. Fantastic character work by Kaneshiro Sensei. And this is the time to do it. I will admit, I am very interested to see the U20 matches. We're probably not going to get to that a year and a half at bare. I will probably be talking about the U20 arc once that starts, not the U20 game, but the U20 arc probably in 2025. I don't think we're seeing that anytime soon because we started Ubers this year, I believe around February. We're wrapping it up now. We're probably going to finish Ubers completely post game and everything probably towards start of December. I'd say I can see us ending around 240. We're wrapping up everything with Ubers, especially if we score next chapter. But I can see next chapter ending on a cliffhanger. So let's say we end next chapter on a cliffhanger. Isagi takes the shot from Hiyori. Then there's the ending anticipation whether or not it goes in. It goes in 238. We celebrate. 239. We do the wind down. We spend the next couple chapters. We could take a while just to get to PXG, and PXG has to be elongated. It has to be elongated. PXG has the most dynamics and hypothetical backstories and character building we can do pretty much out of all the Neo Egotist League games. So we're going to get that for a hot minute. But I'm very interested to see how Nomura in terms of the art, and Kanashiro Sensei in terms of the plot and character writing. I'm very interested to see how he does that, because this is the time to be building characters. This is the time to take our time. Another favorite series of mine, another one of my favorite new gen, in my opinion, is kind of gassing. And it's not bad for that. Don't get me wrong. It works for the pace of the series. But I do like Blue Lock's slower pace, where it's allowing itself to flesh out these characters as deeply as possible. And it's why I personally believe that by a long shot, by a wide margin, Blue Lock has the best side cast in all of New Gen. One of my favorite side casts, period. However, all that yapping. Let me shut it up right now. If you somehow made it all the way to the end of this chonker of a video, please do me a favor and leave brand new ego in the comment section down below. Leave it as one word though. Let's have a little fun with that. Leave it as one word, brand new ego. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you hit that little notification bell so you do not miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do have a Patreon down below where you can support for as low as $1 a month, getting exclusive videos, early content, and more. You can also now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Now, I want to thank you guys so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is Dag of the Pencil, writing off. I'd like to give a thank you to our $3 members for Connor Plays, Red Wolf 4765, and Burp Skills. I'd like to give another very big thank you to our $5 patrons, Sean, Midnight Gemlord, Kevin, and Demex LND. And I'd like to give a fat, hefty thank you to our $10 patrons, Robbie Uchiha, Joaquin, and Idemokami. And I'd like to give another hefty, thank you to our $25 member, Alex Ice Rose. And another big fat scrumdiddlyumptious thank you to our $25 patrons, Igneal and Calvin Elder.